Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi Pratyusha. How are you doing?
Hi, sir. I'm doing good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's really pleasant knowing about you, your success uh,
Thank you so much,
as
sir.
Deputy Collector of Andhra Pradesh, right? So, ladies and
Okay,
gentlemen,
sir.
welcome Pratyusha. So she has got into the Group 1 services of Andhra Pradesh government as Deputy Collector. So, let's understand her journey. Let's learn something from her, right? So let me ask you, Pratisha. So first thing, when did you started your civil, what do you say, the pursuing of this civil services or this public service? When did you know that you wanted to pursue this?
Yes, sir. So it wasn't initially my thought to become a civil servant. So it was my dad's wish for me to become
Okay.
this. And
Okay.
so he motivated me since my seventh standard itself. But
Oh.
actually, I started preparing for this after my 10th and after
Hmm.
joining my intermediate. And
Okay.
so it took me around 10 years to see the
Yeah.
result of this.
Yeah, that's quite a
Yes, sir.
long journey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So I think in ethics, no, there is a thing, no, that what is the role of father, mother in the growth of one person? If you remember that,
Yes, sir.
I think the reasons what you have said, I think that can be one of the reason, right? That your father, how he
Yes, sir.
has
True,
shaped
sir.
your thought process, right?
Yes, sir. Not
Good.
just thought process
Hmm.
and letting us do whatever we want. That is one of the biggest support we can get from our parents
Yes,
and trusting us. And my parents are more confident about myself than I'm confident about myself. So that is one of the biggest things
that's
one could get from parents.
that's great. You know, there was a statement which I was learning right now. Fulfillment of one's potential is the greatest thing, and if you are unable to achieve, that is the biggest sin for a country, not just as an individual,
Yes, sir. True.
but from the country point of view. If you have our youth, they wanted to achieve, we as a system from the government point of view have to provide potential in such things in such a way that every person is able to achieve their dreams. So if the
True,
country
sir.
doesn't provide education, doesn't provide health in a qualitative way, then lack of unfulfillment of that potential is the biggest sin. These are the words
Yes,
of
sir. Right.
Jayaprakash Narayan. These are the words of Jayaprakash Narayan, sir.
I didn't know that, sir. It's true, really true.
Yes. So, while you are in your school days itself, are you curious about the knowledge, general knowledge, awareness, or you are just a normal going girl, a happy going girl, enjoying the school days and at home?
So it's like I'm normal school going girl itself, but I had a bit more interest in social studies, especially history.
Okay,
So I had that bent of mind toward humanities itself from school days. But
right.
I was not that much serious, and I'm not aware of what to read for civil services, etc. Only after getting seriously into preparation, I came to know about it.
Okay. So I remember, being part of your journey in your intermediate days, teaching you and all. So starting so early in intermediate, does that help you, or does that help any other aspirant?
So I think to understand very complex things and to analyze various issues, I think that is not the actual proper age to get into that competitive mode. But maybe we can get awareness of the basic subjects like polity, geography, or history to some extent. So because
Okay.
we have already read that in our school itself.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, but to understand it in a deeper level, to be in a
Mhm.
competent state to write civil services or any other exams, I
Mhm.
think we need to cross intermediate and then we need to pursue it. It also depends upon the individual ability to pursue things as well, sir.
Okay. So how was your graduation experience in Delhi? I think you have graduated from Delhi University.
Yes, sir. Right, sir.
Right. So let me
So
know about
it
that.
was sure, sir. It was a life-changing experience for me, not
Mhm.
just in academic wise, but it changed me as a person as well. So
Mhm.
coming out of comfort zone and going to a college all by myself. So that is also a big thing for me, because in school days we used to go by school bus. In college it was just hostel life,
Yeah.
and going all by ourselves. No one would be there. And apart from that, meeting people of different cultural backgrounds, and we all have that preconceived notions of people or the societies, anything around us. So that has gone away from my mind. Like, we need to look at things as they are, rather than having that perceived notion of keeping
Mhm.
ourselves restricted to something, and
Yeah.
looking Delhi as a place where you find an ultra posh culture or something like that. It's beyond that. So we have
Yeah.
to look things more away from that. So that is a great experience. So
Yeah.
we should not see just bad or a posh culture or something like that, but it is
Mm.
something more big to learn.
Okay. Okay. I think, see, normally people know when you say graduation or any kind of thing, whether you do go as part of Bachelor of Arts or BTech, Bachelor of Technology, whatever, often people link that thing with only the classes, right? But it is not just
Yes,
the academic part, but we as a person. See, now you are saying that individually you are trying to have a proper structure of your life, right? Maintaining your own things
true,
at
true.
the maintaining your own things, maybe at the room or hostel. Okay, meeting multiple cultures of people around the country. I think, if I'm not wrong,
Yes,
let me know about what kind of cultures have you seen as part of your friends in your graduation?
yes. I have friends from almost all states, including Northeast as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, and apart from that, I think, see, I've also witnessed that when I initially went there, I was the only student from South Indian states to have gone to that college, and even some
Oh,
doesn't know that how many states are there in South India as well. Some one girl from my class called me as Madrasi, so I was like, no, this has to change. So there are many other states in South
सब
India
लोग तो
apart from
मद्रासी
Tamil Nadu.
आफ्टर
Yes,
आफ्टर
yes, yes.
महाराष्ट्र सब लोग मद्रासी है.
Yes, that was
Yes.
the common concept they have it in my
Yeah.
mind, their mind.
Mm.
So
Mm.
then I said, there are many other South Indian states in the India map. So
Mm.
then that changed slowly, and after my, I think two more other girls have joined, and
Okay.
even my best friend, I think you know about her, and she
Okay.
she has also joined. So slowly people are
Who is
coming,
that?
and people,
Who is that?
and I got to know Sri Vaishnavi.
Okay. Okay.
She's
Okay.
also
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
intermediate.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, so slowly things have changed, and my even my friends have accepted me as they are, and slowly learned Hindi itself, Hindi also. But before that, even I don't know Hindi, and
Yeah.
after going there, I learned it, and it was good, sir. And so we always have that feeling like only we can connect with people of our own group, our own culture, our own language or state, but it is not so.
Yes.
It all
Yes.
depends on the kind of people we interact with. If they are good, let it be any culture, region, or place, we can
Yeah.
connect with them easily.
Yes. Yes.
And that also doesn't depend on the dress they wear or the language they speak or the
Yeah.
things they do. That is their own personal space. That doesn't concern with what kind of person they are. So that
Mhm.
also can be learned from after going to Delhi.
Yes.
So all that.
Right. Acha, one thing, no, I think as part of when we are pursuing for graduation and all, normally, especially when people start preparing for civil services very early, and when they go for graduation instead of the regular Bachelor of Technology and all, many of the people have such insecurities, right? How to handle that, and how do you have handled it, and what things you would suggest for any other person who is pursuing such things as of now? So two things: how have you handled insecurity, and what would you suggest for people who
Yes.
are living with or who are bearing that insecurity, and my god, they're preparing for exams and going in through in life, please?
Yes, sir. Sir, coming to myself, so after intermediate, so I already had that insecurity in the intermediate itself. So I thought I should do my graduation in a better university so that I may get some other opportunities in other field. So I
Okay.
went for Delhi, and after coming from Delhi, I immediately searched for a job. So that I decided I should not sit idle. So at least I should have some experience before going for civil services or any other job. So then I applied for a Gram Sachivalayam job and I joined as Panchayat Secretary. And meanwhile, I started preparing itself. And even then, I had that insecurity that after studying so much and after going to Delhi preparing for services, and I have written UPSC as well, but I couldn't
Oh,
clear it. So, and I
okay.
had this insecurity, maybe I would land up in the same way. And whereas my colleagues, they are in better positions working in Bangalore, Chennai, in metropolitan cities, but I'm here in the
Mm,
village. So I
mm.
always had this insecurity in myself. But slowly that has changed. So I mean, people around me, my sister, my mother, and all my well-wishers have motivated me that no, you shouldn't stop here, you should be confident about yourself, you should work hard, and you should try writing. Then I've written APPSC as well, and this is my second attempt, and
Okay.
fortunately I've got this time. And for others, I suggest that, so if you're confident about yourself, maybe if you couldn't get success in civil services or any other government exam, if you have that skill to pursue in any other field. So now many others are going for MBA, they're going for professional degrees, they're going to other countries. So
Yeah.
if you have that ability, you can opt this and still go ahead with your life, choosing different careers. Or else you can do a professional career and then go for UPSC, and you can sit for 2 3 years, and then you can go back to your professional field. So I suggest these two ways to be
Yes.
better. So
Yes.
compared to myself, because I didn't do neither, but I think this would be helpful in some way.
Okay, okay. See, normally when I see students who are preparing as part of their graduation itself, I mean, pursuing their graduation and then also along with that, pursuing for civil services, I used to tell them this.
Yes.
First thing, even for clearing civil services or getting the knowledge of what is needed to clear even Group 1 as well, it does not happen overnight, right? It will take at least of 2 to 3 years for any person whenever they start, right? Say
Definitely, sir. Yes.
even after BTech also, if they start after their graduation, it will take at least 2 years even for any person, and on an average we can say 3 years minimum, right? Minimum 2 to 3 years. So I used to tell them the same thing, that
Yes, sir.
the reason why you have pursued graduation is maybe to get time and learn about multiple things about the country. That is what UPSC is aspiring for. Be
Yes.
confident, learn,
Yes, sir.
and along with that, after your graduation, if you wanted to do post graduation, go for it, do it, learn skills, be work on your personality development, and as you pursue the three aspects: personality development of yourself, UPSC preparation, and the general skills which are needed to grow together, I think that that would take care of all the insecurities which you might have, is what my understanding of guiding so many people.
Yes.
Do you have any issues with my
This is
suggestion,
also a nice
or is
idea,
it
sir.
good? So do you
Yes,
have any?
sir. And one thing I can tell is, when you said about the skills, so people also should be aware that, so what skill will suit them based upon their personality. So
Yes.
some might go for a software skill like learning an AI or whatever it is in the market demand now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
some might go for graphic designing, some might go for fashion design. So it also depends on what personality you are and what kind of skill is suitable for you, and it also depends upon their financial capabilities, etc. I mean,
Right.
so many other factors would come around even in that.
Yes, yes. Uh,
So,
and do you have any plan B ready for you in case of not getting into these services? Are you thinking about on those lines while you are preparing
at that graduation time, I didn't have any plan B, sir. So
after
I was very
graduation?
much confident about myself. So after
Okay,
graduation, I didn't have any plan B.
okay,
I thought maybe I would land up in the same job as now. So that is my biggest fear and also my biggest motivation to
okay,
become this. So
okay,
that is what I feel.
okay. So that's a general, general approach as a student or an aspirant for getting into the civil services. Now let us get into the specific details. So
Yes, sir, sure.
what kind of strategy you have done for, say, for the static portion of the, whether it is Group 1 or civil services, the core structure remains the same. Maybe the approach will slightly vary,
Yes, sir, right, sir.
but the core structure remains the same. So what have you done for the static portion?
So coming to the static portion, so first I'm confident about few subjects like history, polity, and geography. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to read the basic book, and I haven't made any short notes of those things. But subjects like economy and S&T, so they are very dynamic and they keep changing. So I used to make note of some short note of all the details or the percentages or the economic survey, budget, etc. All that. And apart from that, I used to brainstorm the topics which I read. So only then I
Okay.
feel that I can remember the things. So if there is any topic, I used to sit for 5 minutes and then I used to recollect what the 360-degree angle of the topic. So how much I could remember, how much I could recollect, and the thing. So that has mainly helped in my mains exam to approach and answer. So I no need to rethink again. So what to write in a thing, because I've already framed it in my mind about each and every topic. So that has helped me a lot. And
Okay.
for ethics portion, I've especially made notes and examples and my own examples of different personalities and what to write
Mhm.
if any keyword is asked.
Okay.
So this is my overall strategy. So I can't. So it is a short span of time which I have prepared. So I didn't made any detailed notes because I was working, and in the same time I'm preparing as well. So I didn't
Okay.
had any detailed plan
You're
as such.
working as a
A panchayat secretary, sir.
okay, okay, okay. So as that you have even geography is a strong foundation, maybe I will take 1% of that credit.
Yes, so definitely that goes to you. And earlier, I used to feel I didn't like geography in my school days, but when you started teaching, I actually used to connect things like when you have talked about industries. So for me, industries, the topics like these transport industries and communication, they are very boring subjects for me. But when you started connecting things like, so this is the location for a particular industry in India, and this and when you talked about the world location, you used to connect things like the same place, what are the specific location capabilities needed for that raw material or anything. So I used to connect the same way, and even I read it in the same way for even this APPSC as well. So I do remember everything what you have taught, sir, and I'm thankful for that as well.
Coming back, so how did you handle current affairs? Do you read any newspaper or did you prepare notes or what have you done?
So for current affairs, I've mostly relied on Vision IA's monthly magazines and the 365. I
Mhm.
didn't have time to read newspaper or make any short notes. So I
Okay.
just have the time only in the evening after coming from office. So I never relied on reading newspaper.
Is it during
So
only for
sometimes I used to
preparation?
watch.
Oh, please carry on.
Sure.
Carry on.
Sometimes I used to watch the monthly editorial set. So they'll release it in a once span of time. So I used to go through that in if I find boring, if I'm boring to read current affairs, then I used to watch YouTube videos.
Okay.
That's it.
Are you are you saying that newspaper reading you haven't done it only during the last phase of your preparation, or you haven't prepared even before that as well?
Even before before also I didn't read newspaper.
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
I think it was in around 2 3 years back I started reading regularly, and I had the touch of editorials, so how they'll write, what are the things, everything. But I didn't specifically go through newspaper every day after my job, so I
okay,
couldn't get time to do that simultaneously, so I didn't do it.
okay. So everyone, whoever is listening, don't follow this approach completely. Her understanding of
Yes,
current
I do
affairs,
still.
her understanding of current affairs, her understanding of events are very specific. So whatever she has said, that if she hasn't followed any newspaper as such and all, you all, if you wanted to follow it deliberately, think and learn from that perspective. If you wanted to try, but don't blindly stop reading newspaper and going across. It is just that you need to get the perspectives out of
I
the
would
events
like to add
happening.
one more thing.
Yeah, please, please.
Yes, sir. So one thing which substituted newspaper for me was, so if I read any topic, sir, I used to first Google it and get all the relevant information what has happened in the past 6 months related to that particular topic. So I used to make a keywords of it, so I don't need to
Okay.
go and look through again the current affairs of that topic as well. So
Yeah.
I made that for all my mains topic. So I need to
Okay.
go and I need no need to go back to the newspaper. So that I have followed instead of reading newspaper.
Okay.
So
See,
I
why
could
I'm trying
well
to tell you
connect
is
it with static and current as well.
Okay, okay, that's good. Why am I asking was that question deliberately was often people will take the impression that okay, that girl who has cleared the exam hasn't prepared newspaper, so I will also not prepare. That doesn't work like that. There is a specific
Yes,
strategy
I am
you have
not
followed,
suggesting
right?
anyone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
sir.
a
Yes,
specific
sir.
strategy you have followed that people has to understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is not
Yes,
like
sir. Yes, sir.
you are not aware about the current affairs. You are aware about the current affairs through different channels apart from newspapers,
Yes, sir.
right? So that is the
Right,
lesson
sir. Right.
everyone has to take. Otherwise, what will you remember? They'll only remember this much. Okay, tomorrow onwards, I'll stop reading
Word.
newspaper.
Right, sir.
Then that will be dangerous, right?
True,
Yeah.
sir. True, sir.
Okay. Then
So
so
just I didn't read it separately as current affairs. So
yeah,
I have just included it in my current static portion itself. So when I'm reading a static, I'll simultaneously read the current section of it as well.
good, good. Oh, so I think any points for working professionals? How do they manage time? You know, people will be frustrated with now that we have seen one kind of frustration of the people of the aspirants, say during graduation days. You have another kind of frustration people where they get frustrated while doing the job and also aspiring for such things. How to manage, right?
Right, sir.
So, how did you handle such
So,
things?
so one thing is, whenever I used to come back from my office, I'll detach myself that I'm not employee. I feel myself I'm not an employee. So you need to detach yourself completely that you're not a working professional anymore once you come back home. So you shouldn't carry that work burden or workload or whatever stress you have from the office till home. So you should leave it there itself and then try to move on. Of course, there will be bad days. There will be up mode swings, everything. So that is common, but be consistent in whatever you do, even if it is 1 or 2 hours a day, it's okay, you can manage it in the weekends as well. So first
Yeah.
you need to detach yourself and keep your mind calm. So that is the initial thing to do for an employee, so
That's excellent. You know, often as an aspirant, and you are working, people always feel that they start comparing themselves with people who are not working, and they feel that we are unable to get time, and they get frustrated. It's a very good point. They said that being calm and being detached from that your job. Very good. That's
yes,
great. Then any particular
and it's
timetable?
difficult to do. I
Yes.
myself had experienced it so much, but slowly, once you get confident about yourself, suppose after clearing prelims, I felt that okay, doing job, I have cleared prelims, so that now I can be confident and concentrate on mains. So just be confident about yourself and carry on. That's it.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And I'm not going into what kind of resources you have followed as such and all, because nowadays there is abundance of resources. Do you think that have you gone for multiple resources or any particular only single resource for a particular topic?
Single resource for particular subjects are not multiple resources.
Okay,
So I,
okay,
for mostly in APPSC for India related topics, I followed all the basic books like Spectrum, Lakshmikant, and for economy, I followed Mrunal sir videos. That's it. It's a common for whatever everybody follows. I followed the same books.
okay, okay. Nice, nice. And any suggestion? What about answer writing? How did you handle such that part? Answer writing for
Yes, sir.
mains?
So answer writing. So I mostly accustomed with answer writing in my graduation days itself. So we used to write so much, and that too, the questions which we get in graduation is similar to the questions which are asked in exam as well. So including the question tags like describe, examine, critical analyze. So I'm already okay with answering all such questions in my graduation days itself. So coming to exam, so first I've written few sample answers of myself and I've got evaluated with one sir which I've known him. And after knowing about my drawbacks, so where I need to improve, so mostly my drawback would be on lengthy introduction and not substantiating with few examples. So that part I've strategized myself and made few introductions for every topic in a crisp manner. And for every statement I put in the body of the answer, I substantiated with examples after researching for every topic. So that is the one major thing I have added in my answer writing. So
Okay, okay. Wonderful, wonderful to hear that. Uh, then,
yes,
how was your interview experience? Was it tense? Good?
Yes. It was both tensed and good. And so initially in the mock interviews, we see all the board members to be smiling and all. But there, so the board members, they were a bit, what to say? They're serious. I mean, not so serious, but okay, they're okay. So whatever you're answering, they won't react to anything. So, but it was good. It went for an half an hour, and they mostly asked about my Delhi experience and coming from Delhi and working in a village. So, what is the difference you have felt? And they asked about my graduation, and they have asked about why did you choose humanities? And today, no, people are neglecting humanities, and no student is willing to pursue humanities. So,
Yes.
what would you suggest? And they asked about my work life. That's it. So these were the more common questions, and they asked
Well,
about few questions on my hobbies.
okay. Did they ask on
So
Panchayat,
overall, it was good.
your Panchayat secretary
Yes,
role?
so they
What did
asked
they ask
about
about that?
my job. So what are the challenges I have faced, and how did I overcome it? So and what are the best part in my job?
Hmm. Any tricky question out of interview? Do you still remember?
Tricky question. So the first question when I entered, sir asked about the Russia-Ukraine war. I didn't expect out of so all of a sudden.
Uh,
So I haven't prepared. I mean, based on my DAF, there is I didn't expect Russia-Ukraine question, and another one was on NATO. The next one.
okay.
So I didn't
Okay.
expect these two questions. Rest all I've already thought they might ask. So these are the only two tricky questions.
Okay. Okay.
So though we know it, saying it in the interview hall, it's a quite different thing.
Yes, that is always there. So overall, your Group One preparation, and APPSC preparation, you are also pursuing about other government exams, or this is the only thing you have confined and you have started preparing?
I've written few other exams, but they are not up to the standard. I've written for AP High Court as well, sir, and I've written for Group 4 services as well, but I haven't
Okay.
joined them. I've just it's like just a confidence booster. Only I've just written for that. That's it. Not any serious attempt.
Okay. So how many hours do you use to
Yes.
prepare for this exam after your working hours? The
So
people want
after
some
my working hours,
specifics.
I used to sit for 4 to 5 hours, sir.
Okay. Consistently for five
Not
days a
more
week?
than that. Yes, sir. Definitely 5 days
Okay.
a week.
So that's the thing. Over a
So
period
I
of
used to
time,
start.
consistency of time, which you do for even for a shorter period of time over longer days, even if you spend it for three to
Yes,
four
sir.
hours per day, over a week, it would be almost 20-30 hours where you can cover significant
Yes,
topics, right?
definitely, sir. Right.
Yes. And
So
you are also
even some
saying
days I
that,
used to sit at least for 1 hour as well.
oh,
So, but
nice.
it is important that you sit and read at least for an hour.
Yeah.
But it is important.
And even you have used your Sundays for preparation. That's what you are saying.
No, sir. Sundays I used to keep it for rest day. I don't read much on
Yeah.
that day.
Okay. Okay, good. We need always one day to forget everything so that once again we'll
Yes,
get
sir.
back the energy.
Yes,
Right. So
yes,
people,
sir. Right.
usually working professionals, whenever I have seen spoken with the success stories of the people, what do they do is they take Monday or Tuesday as a holiday in terms of not preparation, and they
Mm.
used to prepare for Sunday as a working
Yes,
thing.
sir.
That is how they used to manage.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So any specific suggestions for aspirants, how to manage this preparation and all, any specific motivation tips from your side where they would like to connect with you?
So first thing, as you said, consistency is the key for doing anything. So it's like you need to take little steps to do what you're willing to do. Setting targets, be it daily, monthly, or whatever, which suits you. So
Mhm.
it also depends upon the individual. And the second thing is being confident about yourself. So that is the most thing. Even if you get low on few days, it's okay, but try to be confident about yourself. And the third thing is so whatever you read, just try to analyze yourself how much you have actually retained it in your mind. So whether you are actually analyzing it, whether you're actually following it, that makes the difference. So even if you sit and read for 8 hours, and again if you start writing any question, if you can't write anything, then that is of no use. So you
Yeah.
need to analyze yourself. So how much you have read, have you really understood it? Can you able to answer a question if anything is asked on that topic? So that is more
Mhm.
important in the preparation. So.
Okay.
So these are the thing, and finally, patience is also one of the important things. So you
Yes.
we get frustrated many times, like how much time it will take to see the success, and so it is a frustrating thing. So you might fail at the prelims, or you might fail at the mains or at the interview level. You won't know it, but patience is the ultimate solution for anything, and
Yes.
that's it, sir.
So how
And
did you
my
feel?
favorite word, perseverance. So one
Yeah,
should have it.
please. Yeah, perseverance. Wonderful. That's
Yes,
wonderful
sir.
to know. What was your feeling after seeing your name in the final list?
So
Is it
I
like,
just
thank God?
one statement has flashed in my mind.
Yeah.
One thing that miracles do happen. So that is
Uh,
the initial statement that flashed in my mind. So I wasn't. I am confident that I'll be in the list, but I didn't expect that a deputy collector. And we often hear statements like hard work pays success, or we read many motivational quotes regarding success and all. So we can only feel those quotes only when we have actually succeeded it. So I felt the true meaning or that true connection of that sentences only after I secured the result. So that's it.
that was
That
wonderful
makes all
to
the
hear.
difference.
Yes, that was wonderful to hear. See, that's the thing. No, when you are also,
Yes, sir.
when you work on your processes and all, and suddenly you see the result, we always feel
Yes, sir.
miracles, but that miracles are happening because of your long-term consistency in terms of your
Yes,
preparation,
sir. Yes, sir.
right? That is what which is in our
Yes, sir.
hands.
Right.
Remaining all is not in our hands,
True, sir.
right?
In our
I'm re-
hands.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that see, personally, whenever I teach as a faculty, now that I've become a complete full-length faculty, my happiness,
Yes,
one aspect of my happiness comes from the success of my students, obviously, right? So that's the transition, me as a teacher, me as a aspirant, I see myself. Now I have seen the success of my students. That is how transition of life happens, right? So my whole pursuit, as many people are interested to get into the civil services and all, my whole objective was to make their life a bit smoother, understandable, stay with
true,
them.
sir.
That was my objective as of now, along with providing them the
Many
skills of
aspirants need that a lot nowadays.
the particular subject I'm handling, and at the same time the mentorship, not just for the preparation, but generally for life as such, right? So that's the
Yes,
thing
sir.
which I'm doing. And one thing, so it was nice talking to you, right? So it would be
Thank you, sir.
wonderful.
Same from my side too. And
It
thanks
was
for this opportunity.
you gave me an opportunity. Now the things will change. Until now, we will run behind you. Things will change.
Yes, sir.
Until now, you might run behind one
Yes,
faculty.
sir.
Now the things will change. Madam, will you get some appointment? That is how things will work from now.
Yeah, that is different, maybe it in a professional scale, but as a
Yes.
teacher, you will be given all the due respect anytime.
Yes, that's thank you for that. One final advice I would like to give you. Thing is, I
Yes,
think
sir.
I have already told you this. Once again, I would like to tell
Yes,
you the
sir.
same. It is a great,
Yes.
aesthetic feeling, great feeling that you have cleared the exam for you, especially for your father. Now that he is one of the biggest motivator, your family,
Yes,
your
sir.
close friends, right, and your teachers like me, right? And those things will
Yes, sir.
always be there. But the society will appreciate your success and all when you be a very good, true public servant. So I would like to tell you the one thing that
Right, sir.
yes, you are great. You are great for your own personal thing, but the society, what the society will appreciate you is when you try to be a very good civil servant. I think మన తెలుగులో ఒక డైలాగ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, పుష్కరానికి ఒక ఆఫీసర్ వస్తారు.
అవును,
Right?
sir.
So పుష్కరానికి ఒక ఆఫీసర్ వస్తారు అంటే for a few years, 12 years, you will come one officer where they will work for the welfare of the people like anything. I would like you to, in fact,
Yes, sir.
as of now, Pratyusha means very few people would know it, but I really wish through your work, the people would be knowing about your work and getting the fame and all. Remember one thing, you will get much, much more fame
Yes, sir.
by the way you work with your public servant. I really appreciate,
Yes, sir.
I really hope that your name is not just ending with this Group 1 services as a deputy collector. People would like you to remember for your work which you have done. Right?
Thanks, sir. Definitely, I'll put all my efforts to earn such name.
And that's the thing. Learn about
And
how now one thing. Learn about certain public servants or how they have handled their public life and all. Use this opportunity to
yes, sir,
learn,
sure.
so that you'll get to know new perspectives, and you can try to have your own unique things which you get as long as you get into the services. So
Yes, sir.
we
Definitely,
can
sir.
wind it up now. It's really a pleasant speaking to you. The aspirants would be definitely learning about so many things, especially the insecurity part, and then the preparation strategies. It was pleasant speaking to you, and
Yes,
there
sir.
would be certain students who might have asked certain questions to you. If at all, if they ask you, I would
Yes, sir. Definitely.
try. I mean, forward those questions to you personally. You can answer them an audio recording and send it to
Yes, sir.
me. I will
Sure,
send it
sure.
to
I'll
them.
answer it.
Right. So
Yes,
it
sir.
was.
Sure,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
And
Thank you
thanks
for
for
your
this, sir.
time. Thank you for your time, especially after getting service. You will get so much amount of busy. So you have made time for it. I'm really appreciative of that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I hope many aspirants may get trained under your mentorship and achieve great success. And thanks for this. And even if a little bit of my thing, if it helps anybody, and I'm grateful for that. And thank you so much
This
for this opportunity,
we
sir.
are all part of their. We are also trying to help our ecosystem. That is the only thing we can say.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.